We got a major Bills draft update. Something big is brewing at One Bills Drive. So let's talk about it all right here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bills Digest. I'm your host, Anthony Senicar, and it is off-season time, so you know what that means. Tons of draft coverage, tons of free agency signings, and tons of trade rumors. There's only one issue. 72% of you guys who are watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe, join the army here at Bills Digest, because we got you guys covered all offseason for all your latest draft news, all your latest trade rumors, and all your latest free agency signings. So subscribe, stay in touch, stay informed, and join the army. And like I said, guys, we got something big brewing in Buffalo. We got a major Bills draft update. It seems like we are kind of starting to see what the Bills and Brandon Beane's game plan is for their first two picks, one in the first and one in the second. And it seems like they're going to be targeting the defensive position after having a pre-draft visit with Ohio State standout defensive tackle Tyleik Williams. My apologies. Williams is an excellent against the run and has drawn comparisons to Alan McNeil. The Buckeyes prospect would fill a big need on the Buffalo's defensive line. Again, it is a major need because right now the only three technique defensive tackle we have is that of Daquan Jones. Dwayne Carter rotates in between Daquan Jones and Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver is a pass rush specialist. He needs a big three technique defensive tackle opposite of him. And obviously, Williams looks like he might be a perfect fit for this Bills system. Looking at the combine report, he ranked very highly. His production score was third out of all defensive tackles, so which is very good. Athleticism score 10th out of all defensive tackles, ranking 77 out of 100. And his total score, he was the third best ranked defensive tackle out of the combine at 6'3", 334 pounds. He is a big body who can eat up double teams and let Ed Oliver cook one-on-one and give him more opportunity. Ed Oliver is at his best when he's one-on-one with defensive tackles. When Daquan Jones was eating up those double teams, that is where Ed Oliver cooked. And now it looks like the Bills are looking at a quote-unquote replacement for Daquan Jones and preparing for life after Daquan Jones. Obviously, a four-year starter, something the Bills have looked for. A lot of the prospects they have been having pre-draft visits with have been four-year starters, and it looks like the Bills are keeping the trend of getting guys who have been four-year starters, seniors, who are leaders on teams and are good culture fits for the Bills. Now look at the PFF grades. Again, very highly ranked against the run and the very, very, very good against the run defense. Pass rush was a little bit down, but looking at that, 88.6 on the run defense. Big games against Oregon, big game against Iowa State. Appalachian State had a good game. Again, there are a lot of good games there, and a D tackle lining up at the B gap. If you take a look there, B gap is where he is. Again, a three technique is what the Bills need, and he is a specialty in that. And again, 77.8 run stop rate, which is very, very good. And the Bills have had issues in years past stopping the run, and Williams seems like he could fit right in to the Bills defensive line. And now I got two scouting reports for you, like we always do, just to kind of see the positives and negatives, so we have a full idea of what we're looking at. Girthy lower body with big, meaty hands, explosive and violent in initial stages of block take on. Punch and unleash moves leaves blockers falling forward. Again, great against the run. Does a terrific job of locating runners and tackling his gaps. Doesn't let him get by. Ed Oliver has an issue with this sometimes where the runner gets by him because he's so far back in the backfield. But if you have Williams back there kind of just eating up the leftovers from Ed Oliver, it would be a perfect fit. Works laterally with blockers to stay gap solid on stretch plays. Again, staying to your gap and not leaving your gap is something the Bills have struggled with. That's why Derrick Henry and all these guys have big runs on the Bills, because they over pursue or they under pursue. But if you have gap integrity, you are not going to have those issues, and he has very good gap integrity. Enough snap quickness and know how to get into edges. Again, very good. Adequate foot quickness for twist game success. Again, pass rush moves are there, can develop those, but the run qualities, run stopping qualities are there, and that is what the Bills need out of a three technique D tackle. Now, again, with every prospect, there's going to be positives and weaknesses. So let's take a look at these weaknesses. Pops up tall and loses pad level at the point. Shorter arms allow blockers to crowd his frames. Hit or miss holding his ground against double teams. So again, something you got to prove on is double teams. You're going to get a lot of double teams if you're a big body, and you're going to have Ed Oliver on the other side. So you got to be able to eat those double teams a lot better. But again, being a draft prospect, you can grow and develop those skills. Needs better handwork to neutralize opponent's pass bunch. Lacks length and lateral slide for quick counters to the edge. Again, it seems like the small wingspan might affect him, but again, the Bills can work with that. Daquan Jones has a smaller wingspan, but he still is very good in this Bills system. Now going to the second scouting report. Compact, powerful stance pre-snap for a strong base. Versatile frame to play both nose tackle and 3 technique. Again, 3 technique is what the Bills need. Explosive first step to shoot gaps, generate power, and cross blockers' faces. Significant improvement in hand speed, precision, and purpose in 2024. That is key because you're seeing growth year in and year out. Being a 4-year starter and a senior, you want to see growth from your starters, and you're seeing that this past year at Ohio State, and hopefully that develops in the NFL, and he continues to develop. Strong stack and shed ability, very good at shedding off the blocks, which is good against the run. Effective corkscrew technique to hold up against double teams. So contradicting the other draft one, but it seems as though double teams are what the Bills need, and he can eat up those double team. Cons, tends to pop up too quickly, causing him to lose leverage. We saw in the other draft report. Struggles to hold ground against combo blocks, giving up too much space. Needs to develop a deeper arsenal of pass rush moves and counters. Again, if you're going to be behind Daquan Jones, you can learn from him, understand him, and rotate in. Again, the Sean McDermott defense rotates in defensive linemen a lot. So again, let Williams learn, understand the moves, and coming this time next year, he will be the full-time starter if he develops properly. And momentum and speed to power conversion fade quickly after initial contact. So again, lack of pass rush moves, just a little blurb there. Williams is a compact, powerful interior D lineman who excels at holding the line of scrimmage. His lack of pass rush projection makes him a nose tackle. His best projection likely as a day 2 selection, and Deron Payne is the pro comparison. Again, day 2, early day 2, late day 1, this is still a very good opportunity for the Bills. They are looking to improve that defensive line, and it seems like they want to improve at the 3 technique, big body defensive tackle, and Williams might be the perfect fit. And again, like I said, these guys have him ranked as the 5th best defensive lineman, a second round draft grade on him. Pro comparison is that of Malik Collins. Again, another big body defensive tackle. So it looks like the Bills, out of the past draft visits I've been seeing, want to focus on the defense. It seems like they want to go defense early. Defensive line and cornerback seems like the 2 options. And I think Williams might be the perfect fit for the Bills. And it seems like we got something big brewing come April 28th at the draft. But let me know your thoughts below, guys. I want to hear from you like I always do. Do you guys think that Williams would be a perfect fit, or should the Bills go corner, or should they go offense? Let me know your thoughts below. As always, please subscribe. We just got over 300 subscribers. We're on the road to 400. So subscribe, stay in touch, stay informed, because we got you guys covered all off season. And like I always say, guys, go Bills.